We're doing it. Steel Toe Morning Show. I'm Aaron M. Holt. That's April. How you doing?
Good. I'm going to show my tits pretty soon. Show off my tattoos.
Yeah, man. Anyways, how you doing, Tony? Tony Mazer. It's Mondays with Mazer, everybody. We're doing
I'm
it.
here. I'm here. Hi, everybody. I'm glad to be here another week of people insulting me in the chat and calling me gay.
It never gets old.
Of course.
So you missed. Yeah, we weren't here last week. You had some other things to do, but
I had to make some money. I was making super chat money.
Did you miss being called gay?
No, I just have it from other people.
There you go.
I get it from other people in other forms of life. But no, happy to be here.
Good to be here. Open up your membership tabs like this guy did. Aaron Mainzer? Manzier. He gifted one sit-down Zumach membership, and I appreciate that quite a bit.
Think about the Manzier.
What do I think about it?
Yeah, because you either have the bro or the Manzier. So something to hold up male breasts.
I don't have a feeling at all.
And punt.
So I saw you guys, you and added another. Is it this weekend you're with Nick Swardson?
This weekend, I'm with Nick Swardson. We just added 3 more shows. Well, he just added. I'm on the shows. So.
And punt.
Sorry, I'm off to a goofy start here.
So how's but you know, obviously we didn't talk about it last week, but there was, of course, you probably discussed it. I saw Kevin was talking about it. Because you weren't on those shows out in Colorado that Nick Swardson was a part of, where he was rambling, talking about Jason Statham. I know this is probably old news, but I haven't talked to you in a while, so just wanted to get your thoughts on it, and especially since you're working with them the next couple of weekends.
Well, I'm going by what he put out there, that he had a couple drinks and some edibles in high altitude, and because he wasn't slurring his words, he was just kind of out of it, like he wasn't there.
I wanted to hear the rest of it. I was waiting because I'm like, okay, where is he going with this Jason Statham thing? It was kind of almost like Andy Kaufman, where I'm just waiting. What's the payoff? I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm at the edge of my seat right now.
Yeah, I think I can't speak for him. Obviously, I'm going to obviously talk to him this weekend about it. But yeah, I think it was a combination, because I read an article. Like, Nick's not the only one to have problem with high altitude and all that, like edibles and all that. I guess it happened to Ralphie May. It happened to George Lopez. And that's a thing. I remember when I did the Comedy Works, I flew out there the day of, and I remember it was Comedy Works downtown, and I was headlining, and I had a vodka soda, and I drank it. I fucking felt wasted because of the altitude.
It's true. I was in Loveland, Colorado a couple of years ago, and I was in bad shape too. Probably was because of the 2 IPAs, the 2 bottles of wine, and 2 bottles of champagne I had. I don't know why. I got really drunk that night.
That's great. RMG, I wonder if this is Rover's Morning Glory. This is the best facial hair for Mazer. They like it.
There you go. No, or it's Ralphie May the God or something.
Yeah.
But you know, it was kind of interesting. Many years ago, was it 2016? We were at the Pittsburgh Improv, and we were hanging out with Big J Okerson. So you were working with Big J, and I was in town, so we hung out with them. And of course, Big J's fans all have the best weed possible. Mm-hmm. So we're outside toking up, and like I handed it to you, and you're like, "Oh, I don't do that." I'm like, "Really?" And I think a lot of people were kind of shocked that you're like, "Wow, Chad Zumach has never done." You said, "I've never done drugs. I don't do cocaine. I don't do any of that kind of stuff." And I think a lot of people were surprised by it. But you're not a weed guy. Your vices have been alcohol. But this ain't I always say it's not your grandfather's marijuana anymore. This stuff makes you retarded, and that's probably what ended up happening with Nick Swardson.
Yeah, no, I don't. Listen, everybody can do whatever the fuck they want. I don't care. I just personally, I just never went down that road. I mean, I just never even had an interest in trying it. In fact, I didn't start drinking until I was like 21. Like I was.
Look at you.
I just didn't like it, and then look what happened. Uh-oh.
What's up?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, I thought you saw something. I thought But yeah, no, I was not much of a drinker until well into my 20s. I mean, I did it when I was in high school and before then. I kind of got my drinking out of the way by the time I didn't even drink on my 21st birthday. And so I drink a little bit more now, but this edible stuff, I'm telling you, I don't like doing it. I'm done with edibles. I've done it, and uh, I went to it just makes you just completely lose, at least for me. It hits me in a different way. It takes about an hour. I'm like, wow, this gummy didn't really do anything. And all of a sudden, I'm like, and I can't stand. I don't like the way. I like having at least a little bit of control of my faculties, and I can't. I took edibles. I went to a Wailers concert, Bob Marley and the Wailers, and it took me an hour. Yeah, I know. It took me an hour. I'm not kidding. It took me an hour to go to the bar at the Beachland Ballroom because I was afraid they were going to cut me off and kick me out of the venue because I couldn't talk. My jaw was like this. All I needed to say was, I would like one more drink, and I'm going to close my tab. And I couldn't do it because I couldn't speak. I had to wait for myself to come down from it. So, again, this ain't your grandfather's marijuana anymore. Little nose candy. You want to do some nose candy?
No, I don't want to like snort anything. I want to take like a pill or something and see what that's like.
Or maybe like it's weird. I did weirdly enough, I did more cocaine in 2023 than I did marijuana. So I'm happy with that.
There you go.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised we didn't do any in Atlantic City. I'm sure somebody probably had some.
I think somebody said Stevie Lou was looking for cocaine at one point.
Looking for it? I'm sure he had some.
Yeah.
He had some. That was about like by the pocket. You got to keep the vials up here. You don't want to break them.
Where do you stand with him? Because he's kind of he is obnoxious as fuck.
So my whole thing with Stevie Lou, all these people in this universe, they don't really bother me. I have no problem with Stevie Lou. I'm sure if he and I got together, we'd probably have a laugh or something. Everybody, you're noticing a lot of people are kind of trying to become stars, and I don't really care that much about it. He's on Misery Loves Company all the time, and he's kind of like ended up being a mediator between you and Ray, which is strange.
What do you mean?
Like when he's been on the show with MLC, and it seems like he's kind of almost seems like the go-between, because what team is he on? And sometimes he is actually praiseworthy of you. At least some of the clips I've heard on other podcasts.
I've never seen it. Not once. Never. I've never seen him praising me.
Really?
Ever. Yeah.
But then he'll go up against Ray. So maybe it's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend or something. Or
I don't know.
To be the enemy.
He just seems obnoxious to me. Just completely obnoxious. That's my whole thing. But what
about the Compound Media? Speaking of that drama,
what do you mean?
Is it true that Bobby Tamburo got fired from Compound?
You tell me. You're more in. I don't. I used to have the password to Compound. That's gone now. So it's pretty much out of my life.
I actually deleted it from my wife was saying that because we had it on the TV and on our smart TV, and I would put the app up there, and she's like, I'm trying to clear some space for Netflix and all this other bullshit. And she's like, do you want me to keep Compound? I'm like, I don't really watch much of it outside of Kumia's show. And I heard a rumor over the weekend that Bobby Tamburo went on a rant on Gino and Chrissy that he's no longer working there.
Wow.
Maybe somebody in the chat can let me know. I like Bobby. I've hung out with him. Bobby and I have, Bobby has relatives from Cleveland, so we have a little bit of a thing there. But he's always been a pretty good guy, pretty loyal guy. But
yes, we know. Yes, Bobby is confirmed. Gone.
Maybe I can get him on Kumia's Cox if that's the case.
Let's do it.
No, he doesn't want nothing to do with the Devilverse. Right. That's the problem.
Go check out my podcast. I put out a couple of podcasts.
Bobby Tamburo, go check him out. He's on the Pat Oates Show.
It's 4 years since all the COVID lockdown. So I talked about
allegedly
where we were now. So go check out my podcast on the major podcast platforms.
Sorry about that.
No, we're good.
Sorry.
Keep it going. It's like improv. It's yes and.
Let's go. Thanks to Aaron.
Let's go.
Aaron Emholt for gifting another membership. Much appreciated. God bless you. Let's bring home the troops tomorrow at noon.
Where are you with where are you with Aaron? You gonna go on his show sometime?
Never, ever. I'm never gonna go on a show. Like, I don't know why he thought that was even a possibility. And he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna get him on."
Because you got the hots for April. We
you and
thought,
Ray
we thought you were all about it.
Fences a little bit.
No, but I saw Stevie Lou going after Ray, and I was like Team Ray on that one because, like, say what you want about Ray, he's annoying as piss, but goddamn, you can't say he doesn't put the work in. Like, he does. He works. He gets up there. He gets on stage. You know, whether you think he's funny or not, he does put the work in.
And he does. I'm honestly, I'll say this about Ray.
He does works
He's
all
been
right.
doing consistent
He
podcasts.
does work.
I mean, obviously, it's
the works.
Getting super chats and stuff, but at least he, again, like you said, he does put in work. Whether you like the work, that's one thing, but at least he puts in the work.
Yeah, I don't know.
Will Burge like?
Will Burge, Jesus
there you
Christ.
Go. Obscure references.
I mean, name the name already. Name the name. What is going on in Cleveland? What am I missing out on?
I don't know. You're not missing anything. We're let's see. Our improv is now a Funny Bone. That's one thing. And I think Jim Tooze is in town this weekend.
Ooh, names. His one road gig of the year. Good for him.
He's got that, and I actually had a couple of things that. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh no, that was yesterday. Will Burge was with Brian Kenny and Joe Howard and OK Pants doing a comedy show at a golf club.
Oh wow. God, I'm moving home.
You want to come home? Absolutely.
That's so funny. I'm on Hilarity's website right now. Yeah, Jim Tooze, one night only. Go get your tickets.
Show it. Who's coming to town? Put it on the screen here.
Mike
one night in Jim Tooze.
Is John Reap coming to town again for the 80th time this year?
John Reap. Jesse Pitt, why ignore the sniping channels? Don't lay down, Z. Am I being sniped? Oh no. Uh-oh. Yeah, we got to shut it down.
Is it who's sniping? Is it
I don't know.
Is it Melton? Is it Stuttering?
I don't know. I don't know who it is.
I really don't.
I don't even know. I've never even heard of this.
There's a lot of comedy seller people that are
Quadfather guy. Never heard of him. He signed the Tampa Papers. He does this show, BYB. I've never heard of him.
Got him into the
He's this crippled guy that's in a wheelchair.
Proceeded to shit all over Louis once he was Me Too'd.
How's Steve Rannazzisi? Why is it, after he got found out that he lied about the whole 9/11 stuff, that he still gets work? And did we all just forget about that?
I mean, he lied, and it's kind of shitty, but he didn't do anything illegal. It's not like he had to go to court for it.
I think people just go there because they watched. What was he in? The League? Was that the show? Back in the day.
Yeah, The League. Joke's on You.
The League was fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, is that
great
with
show. I missed that one.
What's his name? John Bruton.
You got to be shitting me. The Cleveland Comedy Awards?
It's featuring. Is that Bill?
What the fuck? Get over yourselves, dude.
You could have an award for the greatest. We had the Road Warriors.
We have the Dabbleverse Awards. You could become one of those. Chad, you could be. You could be Lolcow of the Year 2024. I think that's in your cards.
I think I was nominated for Road Warrior, and I lost to Mary.
You lost? My goodness.
Oh, you losing? What a shock.
Gigs, I tell you.
You lost?
We're at the point where I can headline at Wiley's and Day. Is that even still around?
It is. Chappelle owns it, I guess, from what I hear. He owns
really?
His production company, and he just opened up a club in Yellow Springs. They just had like a soft open recently.
What do you call my Springs? Yeller?
Looking forward to heading on down there, seeing him. I think the
I
whole
challenge
thing is that
you to
you
a
would
duel.
go for the
High
possible.
noon.
It's like when the Comedy Store was really big.
Nobody
in
calls
the late
me Yeller
2010s,
Springs.
That you would go there for the possibility that Chappelle and John Mayer are going to come on stage, and instead you get
John Mayer come on stage and give you herpes.
I think it was Godfrey. Somebody told me a story about John Mayer, and he was on stage.
What is he the mayor
of
anyway?
For like a minute, and David Tell was following him, and he was like, David Tell's like, I can't believe I got to follow this fucking guy. And I guess he came up to the stage. He goes, you can catch me at the Wah, or what was the Cafe Wah?
Cafe Wah, yeah.
I'll be playing guitar after this set.
See you at the Wawa. I'll cash you outside.
John Mayer seems like a guy that I'm surprised he hasn't been Me Too'd. he seems like the kind of guy that has been with a bunch of girls. And there was a Reddit post many years ago that he brought a girl back to his, this is all alleged, so, for legalese purposes. Apparently he brought a girl back to his dressing room or whatever. And instead of fucking her, that she like spread her legs and then he just starts jerking off on top of her and then finishes and like wipes it off and then he's done. So that was his way of hooking
What
up
a gentleman.
That was nice.
I know, isn't that nice? Well, look, as long as he cleans her up. Don't turn her into a glazed donut. That's very, very disrespectful if he did that.
What do you carry around a spittle towel? What do you think?
I met him once. He was
you're Kevin Brennan
very
or
forgettable.
something. Carry around your spittle towel.
He is a good guitar player. From what other guitar
he's
players.
Amazing.
Yeah,
you can carry around a Tukey like Ray did.
There's certain people who are very talented, and I just don't like them. I say this about Daughtry. Daughtry's music is pretty much garbage, but he's very talented. Ed Sheeran, very talented at guitar. Music is pretty lame. John Mayer, very talented. Daddy is Wonderland. But he's a great guitarist.
Yeah.
He's tours with Dead and Company. So there is talent out there. It's just I don't know this TikTok.
It's just not here on this podcast we're watching, is it?
Pop music.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. Did you happen to watch the Oscars yesterday?
Unfortunately, I did. Yes, I watched a little bit of it.
And I'm just so glad that what's the movie
Oscars
that won Best
so
Picture?
white.
It was Oppenheimer.
Yeah, Oppenheimer. I'm just so glad.
Oppenheimer, kaboom! Where's your kaboom, Chad?
Like I saw it. It wasn't that good. It was long. It was boring. It was okay. But
so
it's just
a lot like
oh
this
my
podcast.
God. And the guy who's the Killian, what's the lead actor's name?
Too long, boring.
Actor.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about, but yeah.
He's in all the Christopher Nolan movies, but the thing about Oppenheimer, he was on screen all the time. I got sick of looking at the guy. Like I just didn't want to look at the guy anymore.
Yeah, I honestly.
Yeah, everybody has the same feeling about you, Chad. Nobody wants to see your face anymore.
Okay, sure. I guess it's a good movie. I was kind of happy that Barbie didn't win anything other than I think her best original song. Yeah. Because we kept hearing throughout the summer, it's like, Barbie, this is a feminist icon. Every woman should be watching this movie. And I'm like, I couldn't care less. And it strikes me the fact that Margot Robbie plays Barbie. But there was that rumor a couple of years ago that it was supposed to be Amy Schumer was going to be Barbie. Do you remember that?
God. That I know.
How bad would that
she would have
movie
won
been
the
if Amy
Oscar
Schumer
for
was going
Oscar
to be
so
Barbie?
fat.
Like, what are we trying to do?
I like listen. I'm one of the few people out there that actually likes Amy Schumer because she's never done anything wrong to me and she's always been cool as fuck. But I understand how she can be a little polarizing.
Did I ever tell you
people,
about the time I met Amy Schumer in a green room in Colorado?
You're a mom.
I rubbed elbows with her.
I'm not
I
going
was,
to
I
make.
was watching Trainwreck the other day.
She said I'm
HBO's
hilarious.
Playing it on an HBO Max, and I watched it recently, and that was her peak hotness, and she's a 5.
Yeah.
In that. So, are we really going to use Barbie? Which some of those Zoomers were saying that Margot Robbie is what they call mid. Really? Margot Robbie is not to simp, but she's one of the most gorgeous women in Hollywood for the last decade. You're going to say, well, it's too lame. Shut up.
Dude, what's the Wolf of Wall Street? Like she's naked in it? I almost went fucking, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I want to pull a Pee Wee Herman and just jerk off in the theater when I saw that.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to go.
Wow.
You know that movie theaters, it was in Sarasota.
Let's do this segment of the podcast where we talk about the ladies we want to jerk off to.
It's a Quiznos. Okay. Yeah. So they just use
ladies,
the same sauce.
we blow loads all over the place too.
Oh, Tony.
Who do you want to blow
That's
loads
why you're here. That's why you're on the show.
That's right.
I love it. I love it.
I will say the only reason I watched the Oscars was I was eating dinner and I don't know what else.
Dinner stories. We love dinner stories. They're always the best.
And I wanted to see how the monologue was going to be for Jimmy Kimmel. It lasted way too long. Was completely unfunny. And I was kind of surprised that there wasn't enough Trump stuff. I thought the whole thing was just going to be politics, but maybe the Oscars and the whole commission decided Yeah, we probably shouldn't be alienating half our audience by insulting them and calling them stupid to start the show. So they really stayed away from a lot of politics, except for more talking about Gaza and Palestine. That was about it. But I expected more Trump stuff.
I stand with.
Oh
wait, no, I don't stand with.
I could be wrong, but I noticed there's a switch going on, like where the fuck Trump thing is not like a. He was just at that UFC event over the weekend, and there were football players coming up to him.
David Njoku.
Yeah, one of our own. But I noticed like they're not like it's not as like now they're starting to make fun of Biden on Saturday Night Live. Like the tide's turning in a weird way. I think they realized they missed.
They went pretty soft.
And if they keep going after Trump, it's just going to
make
those
jokes weren't like
and bigger. You know, I think
that really going after him.
I could be
wrong.
No,
I agree with you. I think that there's
SNL goes like insane about Trump when they make jokes about
self-immolate, self-destruct.
They don't do that about Biden.
But yeah, I mean, the Trump joke, like Stephen Colbert is just who's watching that? Who's watching Colbert? It's only
I thought some of the Baldwin.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Baldwin impersonation wasn't that bad. I thought some of that shit was funny.
But I just
So
I
just
think
to
people
say
are
I'm
looking at
not
Trump in a way
totally partial.
I think they call it like it's like an amnesia. I think somebody said it was
you should
Trump
make fun
amnesia,
of everyone. That's the
point.
point.
When someone says, "Are you better off today than you were 5 years ago?" Most people say, "No, I'm not better off today. Eggs cost like $87, and I can't afford a house. I can't afford lumber." But it seemed like gas prices and everything was a little bit.
You can't afford the lumber, but you can take the lumber, can't you, Tony?
Up to it.
You seem like
and also the other thing is. Joe Biden is, and not to get too political here, because I do that enough on my podcast, the Check Your Brain podcast. Go subscribe on Patreon at patreon.com/Tony Mazer. Yeah. But it seems like Biden, as opposed to just being an old man stopgap, he's trying to be a Barack Obama figure right now. He's trying to go like, "Hey, I'm fighting for women's rights. I'm fighting for." It's like, dude, you were not supposed. You were only there just to beat Trump. People don't want you to be FDR. They don't want you to be JFK. They don't want you to be Barack Obama. A transcendental, like a huge transformational figure. And that's what he's trying to be. And it's pissing off a lot of people. And his kind of wavering on the Israel-Palestine thing is pissing a lot of people off on his base.
Mm-hmm.
They're going after AOC now. They're going after AOC because she's not calling it a genocide enough. They're eating their own, and I love seeing it.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I think things are changing.
I mean, it is kind of interesting though. I mean, when I'm watching the State of the Union and you just see this cadaver in Joe Biden and it's like, what are they hopping him up on? Is it Adderall? Is it cocaine? Is it beach? What are they doing?
It's the Adolf Hitler cocktail. Whatever he was on.
Maybe it's a Celsius energy drink he's drinking.
Maybe it's
what's your energy
drink?
Maybe
it's
Celsius?
Tito's. Do you guys like Tito's? I like Tito's. That's what I was drinking for breakfast.
I'm going prime.
Tito's for breakfast is my favorite. It's my favorite. Yeah, my internet sucks today. Sorry, folks.
Friday night's Live time show.
Not much I can do about it.
Big mistake for Chad to run into him in Ybor. Holy shit! Oh no! I'll be sure to stay away from Mersh. That guy's scary.
No, you know what's scary is Ybor City.
No shit.
Jesus.
How's Joey Seed doing?
I don't know. They want me to team up with Joey. He calls me all the time. It's like I never answer.
Does he knock on your door?
There's a knock on your door. Joey C's here to see you. You know he wants to give you a blowjob.
Let's get naked, oil up, get in a ring, and touch each other dick to dick until one of us come.
My number. Wait, hold on. I don't know how he got it.
Before you even know who gave me your number, all I did was Google Chad Zumach's phone number, and it came right up on Google. So I saw you looking at your phone during the stream, so I know it's your phone number. I don't understand why you won't give me the time of day. I got nothing but props and respect. If you're a big comedian, I'm not a comedian.
You're a big comedian. Oh, that's a fat joke. We love fat jokes. Good job, Joey.
It's just gonna be big, and I don't understand it.
It's just gonna be
I
big.
won't bother you no more. But
It's just gonna be big.
But what does he think's gonna happen? Like what are we gonna do? Just because we live in Tampa doesn't mean like we. What are we gonna do? Like I don't know.
Go
hang
walk.
out?
You both do
I don't
walk
know.
and talks. You could go do a
And he
walk
sends
and
the links
waddle
to
on the
Quad
street
Father
together.
and all these fucking people, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need these people. I don't want to hang out with them. When I'm not streaming,
Yeah, I want to hang out with you,
anyone,
Chad. That's
including you, Joey. See, and I have nothing against you.
I like you so much.
I don't want to do anything with you. Like,
I want to hang out with you. I want to hang out with you like Phil Russo.
I think Ray just
I want to
needs
come down to
girlfriend.
Tampa and hang out with you at a gay parade.
I think if Ray
you and the gay guys
just leaks out a little bit, just
right.
to get rid of, open the valve a little bit.
Open
I
the
think maybe
valve.
things would be a little bit better for him.
I mean,
Although,
I think he wants to open your asshole.
About those missing bodies up along I-80.
He's more of that kind of guy.
It's the internet. It's the internet, and they're like they're doing like they're fucking just running with it too. Like they do that shit with me. Like they just start running with. Like they said, I worked at Kroger. So
we don't even have Kroger in Cleveland.
Either in Tampa either. There's not. But anyways, it was like they just run with it. So I think it's funny though. If Ray's getting upset by that, then this is why. If you know it's not true, you can't get upset.
I don't think you're sober enough to have a job at a grocery store. You wouldn't last.
Yeah, all those missing bodies in Dubois, Pennsylvania. Or is it Dubois?
It's fucking Youngstown. Get it right.
Look at that. Ray streamed with Joey last night. See, Ray needs Joey. I don't need Ray. I don't need anybody. I need Tony Mazer. That's
I don't need anybody.
Fun fact, I don't know
I'm
if you
fine
know
on my own.
I'm gonna break some
Kevin,
news.
can I come on your
Break
show?
the fourth wall. But
Hit the
I
like
need
button.
you.
did you know that Ray DeVito used to sell hot dogs at
What?
the old Cleveland Stadium?
What the fuck?
Hot dog guy. That makes
Breaking
sense.
news! Holy balls!
He may have seen
Bombshell.
Corey Snyder hit a home run.
Wow!
Neat.
Holy
That's neat.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, who's the better third baseman, Toby Harrah, Buddy Bell, or Brooke Jacoby?
I don't know. Who's the better catcher? You or Chad?
By the
Who's
way,
the better
this is the
pitcher?
40th anniversary of the 1984 Chicago Cubs.
I think if I was to guess,
Really?
when
Tony's
they
the
started
catcher.
making some moves, and
I'll say
Ryan
Chad's
Sandberg
the
won
pitcher.
The MVP that
I'll
year.
give him that.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Out of
That was
these two
1984,
gays.
84, you had Rick Sutcliffe came over.
Rick
Since I know-
Sutcliffe, where's the full beard? That's what Harry Carey once said.
What were you, did you like Harry Carey?
Not true.
Yeah, he was a cartoon.
I thought he was awful. I thought when I remember as a kid, because my mom was from Chicago, she was a Cubs fan, so we watched WGN as well, and I was well aware of Mark Grace and pre-white person Sammy Sosa and all this. So I grew up at the Cubs, and hearing Harry Carey, and everyone's like, "Oh, Harry Carey!" And I hear this. I mean, it's basically my Joe Biden impression, but that's all it was. It was just some drunk guy that was calling, "It's out of here." His kids were so much better. Chip Carey and Skip Carey were outstanding announcers, and they still are. Well, Skip is gone, but Chip is. I think he's with the Cardinals now. It's full circle because that's where Harry Carey started with the Cardinals. But I never was a Harry Carey fan.
I liked it. I mean, it was like, it's like trying to think.
I like Will Ferrell's impression of Harry Carey. That was fun.
Who would
Harry
you say
Carey
that about?
himself
Like
was
Austin
not.
Carr. Austin Carr's terrible.
We had Herb Score for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Go over
But,
and
Austin
subscribe
Carr
to
was awful, but
the
we all liked him
Sniper
because he's
Squad
one of us.
channel on YouTube
Yeah,
at
there's some
Sniper
pretty
Network
bad
1.
quotes.
Come
L
on, folks.
train.
Get with the
Throw
program.
it down, young fella. Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Dick Fitzwell says in the chat, by the way, because that's a true story, I guess, that he was fired because the Cardinals were owned by Anheuser-Busch at the time, and he was banging the wife of like the head of whatever it was. Yeah.
Who Harry Carey was?
Oh yeah, and that's why he got fired. And then he went to the White Sox throughout the 70s. Him and Jimmy Pearsall.
So what exactly happened with Sammy Sosa?
He
Why
hit
did
many
his,
home runs,
his
man.
Skin, then his eyes, you could see his
Sammy
eyes are
Sosa,
different,
man. I'm Sammy
and then he's getting
Sosa. I
whiter,
get the bleach.
and he's
I
getting
get the bleach,
whiter.
Did he have
I get the
vitiligo?
bleach,
Is that what it
man.
was?
Can't you see I want to be white like you, man?
I'm darker than Sammy Sosa at this point.
It looks like he's wearing like white cake batter or like. Look at this. This doesn't even look like him.
Yeah, he put his.
What do you mean it doesn't look like him? That's exactly what he looks like.
Yeah,
he doesn't look like he used
Very
to look
odd.
when he was slamming homers.
That one looks like he has jaundice
and banging your mom.
This looks like a mask, like it's a fake face.
If we pose, by the way, is that considered blackface? If we posed as Sammy Sosa today for Halloween?
Good question.
He's doing the white face.
Let me call Godfrey my black friend.
That was the thing.
I told Godfrey, my black friend, I have a black friend.
Sosa was a good player.
Godfrey's my black friend.
He actually was traded. He was traded by George W. Bush to the White Sox.
I have a friend. His name's Godfrey.
90,
I have a friend named Nick
Swartzen. Years traded for George Bell.
That's the
and
friends
Sosa was
I
like
have.
a good player. It was like a Reggie Sanders type, where
he's
he
got
hit
3.
about 20 home runs, maybe make an all-star team or two. And he goes from like 20 home runs, 15 home runs, 65 home runs.
You know.
Like, what happened there? Just like that.
But everyone's full of shit because everyone was excited for that home run chase. Everybody was loving it. Everybody was enjoying themselves. And then a couple years later,
let's get all these motherfuckers on roids.
Juice, and
let's
it was,
do it.
They
Juice
do that?
them up. I don't give a fuck
what were you doing at the time? You were loving
Just like I don't
well,
care about your health,
Baseball looked the
Chad.
other way because of what happened with that strike. And they
Drink
needed
up-
anything they could.
drink
so
that
they
Tito's up,
relied
buddy.
on Cal Ripken Jr. breaking that streak where everybody started focusing on baseball. You know, we love the 95 Indians. Albert Bell, who I have right here underneath my Trump bobblehead. Albert Bell, 50 home runs, 50 doubles. First time that's ever happened. The team wins 100 games in a strike-shortened season. They needed anything they could. So clearly guys like Canseco and Palmeiro and Sosa and McGuire and Jason Giambi and others were taking roids, but they looked the other way because it actually brought people back to the sport. Because otherwise, if they weren't doing that, baseball would be a niche sport. It would be like how many of us look at Major League Soccer today.
It would be a niche.
Have you seen
bigger
Albert Bell now? I guess he was just
than
at
it used
the
to be.
IX Center or one of the shows up there.
Yeah, he was at the auto show. Him and Carlos Baerga were there.
Yeah, because my buddy
he
Dan
looks like
from
he looks like Teddy Ruxpin right now.
He looks. I mean, he's an old man. Here, let me
Teddy
pull up a
Ruxpin,
photo of
huh?
him because it's fucking crazy.
This was an old birthday present that I got many years ago.
What's with
This
all these
was
grown men
1996
and their
when Bell
fucking
was,
bobbleheads and
96
action
All-Star game. That's the
figures and
Veteran
fucking
Stadium.
baseball
Get a
cards?
there.
What do you guys
Yeah,
got?
yeah.
Pokemon and Funko
You
Pops
should,
and Jesus
Talk to Ray
Christ!
DeVito about
Grow
baseball,
up,
man. He would love it.
you sons of bitches.
He should do a podcast on that.
Nah.
Yeah, you guys
Who
could
was
get
better in
together
those
and
days,
do
Albert Bell
action
or Juan
figures.
Gonzalez?
Look at
Oh,
my
jeez.
Albert Bell.
I don't know. Albert Bell was already. I mean,
Look at
he looks
him.
like Keenan
He comes
Thompson.
with whitening cream.
like Keenan Thompson. He's in a Saturday Night Live sketch.
Like Keenan's playing like an old black man for some sketch, and they just colored his
Looks
hair.
like a fat red
Jesus
fox.
Christ. Yeah,
If
he's
Red
an old
Fox
man.
died
It's sad when
of
people get old.
diabetes.
Do you,
like
well, are you at
Chad.
the point now with
Like
these steroid guys
Chad.
that they should be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, they were all juiced up. Roger Clemens was juiced up.
You do the Ray thing.
So, I mean, Sosa was juiced
See,
up. I mean, it
you
was.
just saw it there,
they're
folks.
all-
Chad does
LeBron's
the
on
Ray
something.
thing.
LeBron James is on something.
Yeah.
That's a
LeBron
fact.
turns 40 this year, and
they
he's still
should.
averaging 25
They
points.
should
a
all
game.
be in
There's
the Hall
something
of
going
Fame.
on.
Yeah.
100%. Do you remember
Yeah.
that year
Yeah,
he
they
came back
should.
to
Yeah.
Miami and he just went missing in Miami for 10 days? He just left the team.
And he was thin.
Yeah, and he came back jacked and just fucking dominant again. You're trying to tell me there's nothing going on there? Come on.
Well, that was the thing in
Come on.
those days that
Come on, man.
McGuire
Come
openly
on,
had
man.
andro in his locker, which wasn't a banned substance yet, but at the time he was doing andro and getting injected with steroids. And then you had the Balco scandal that happened with Barry Bonds, but that was the thing about Barry Bonds, that Bonds would have been a Hall of Famer anyways. If Bonds
The
didn't
name's
take the
Bonds.
juice in the late 90s
Barry
and
Bonds.
early 2000s, he would have been in the Hall of Fame. But how do you get to a point where a guy's
Chicken,
turning
not
40
stud.
and he's hitting 73 home runs? It's like, come on. We all know something's going on. But Bonds, again, when he was playing with the Pirates in those early days with San Francisco, was a Hall of Famer. The way I look at it, and you see this with self-righteous sports writers, that they're like, well, the integrity of the game. How do you know that guys like Griffey, that guys like Tony Gwynn, that guys like Barry Larkin, or anybody else who they put in the Hall of Fame, Jim Thome, we just accept that they were clean-cut guys and they didn't do any juice. How do we know?
They didn't do
Sammy
the
Sosa
Jews?
even
Why
said
wouldn't
in a
they
30
do the
for 30 a
Jews?
couple of years ago that there's guys in the
racist?
Hall of Fame that did some performance enhancers, but we all accept. And they said, "Can you elaborate?" He's like,
Get
nope,
this
I'm not
through
gonna
your
say
head,
anything,
you
but
Jew
there's guys in there.
motherfucker, you.
Yeah.
That's why I have no problem with putting guys like Clemens and McGuire in the Hall of Fame at this point.
My favorite quote is from Mark Grace, one of my favorite baseball players of all time. Shout out Dan Filato. He's going to be sending me some Mark Grace stuff.
Legendary drunk.
Yeah, he said,
something you got in common with Chad
on
then.
steroids. He's like, are you kidding me? If I was on steroids, I would have hit 20 home runs.
Yeah. That's hilarious. I mean, well, yeah. Mark, who was a better legendary drunk? Was it Mark Grace or was it Jim Leyritz?
Grace.
Jim Leyritz killed somebody.
Yeah. But I mean, in the late
That's
90s,
funny. Great
in
joke.
the 90s, fucking Grace owned
Leyritz
Chicago.
killed
He was
somebody.
the guy. He was the guy.
Well, he was at the beginning in 88 and 89 when he should have been Rookie of the Year, but they gave it to Spuds Chris Sabo.
Chris Sabo, who now coaches in Akron, right?
Not anymore.
Or manages.
But I think his daughter's down, or no, he lives in Tampa in the Bay Area.
Really?
Yeah, go see him. His daughter, who let me see if I pull up her Instagram. We're gonna simp for a second, but Chris Sabo.
Maybe Chris Sabo and Joey C should do something. Since
They should. Annie Sabo, and she's kind of a cute girl, but then when you look and you really look into it, and you go, I can just picture her with Rex specs and a crew cut.
Isn't that the worst when you see the dad in? Wait.
Oh yeah,
Daddy.
Hold on.
Annie Sabo.
Let me pull it up.
Let me pull it up.
Jamie.
This guy gets it. Shout out Joey C.
Is this her right here?
She's a news reporter or something.
She lives in Sarasota.
Yeah, there you go.
Would you?
Oh, I see it.
Don't you look a little like you just look a little bit and you're like, oh
yeah, man. I see Chris Sabo.
We got the rings, we got the money.
Holy shit.
You could just see a picture of her and Marge shot.
She's got a nice body.
Yeah, for having a kid. Looks great. But again, yeah, just shave the head a little bit and then you have dad.
Let's see if there's a photo with her and her dad. She doesn't. I'm assuming they're still on good terms, right?
I would assume, yeah.
There's no photos of her and her dad. What's going on?
Uh-oh.
How do you not have a photo of your dad?
So his dad spent too much time in Akron, Ohio.
That'd be funny if she hated him. Like, I fucking hate you.
Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be funny if she
here we go.
hated her dad?
There it is.
Wouldn't that be hilarious? That's like
God, he looks
stuff
old.
comedians think.
He got old, man. He still has that crew cut, though.
He does. And he when I used to see him walk at Summit Mall, he was getting his Fitbit steps in. And I
really?
would
She
just
looked
see
like
him
him?
walking around. And I'm like, holy
don't
shit,
see
that's
it.
Chris Sabo. So every so often I went to go walk with Chris Sabo, walking around the mall.
You were a mall walker.
I was. I think it was right around COVID time. So we had nothing else to do and the malls were open, but you had to wear a mask and stuff. And, I'm just like, all right, I'm going to get my steps today. But, yeah.
You and all the old
Curb Your
grannies
Enthusiasm. Have you been watching the last season?
wall mocking.
No, I peek in every so often, but
Mall
I
walking.
mean, it's last season anyways because Richard Lewis is gone. You had Marty Funkhauser and Bob Einstein was gone. Were you a Super Dave fan?
Yeah, I liked it. It was on Showtime, I remember, when I was younger.
Super Dave was great. I still watch all those clips. I tried to get him on my podcast, but I didn't have a podcast yet.
Oh, well, that's hard to get somebody on the podcast when you don't have one.
He said that because
Great take,
Bob
Chad.
Einstein's brother
Great
is Albert Brooks. And
Great
they
take.
had a dad named Park Your Carcass, who was Harry Einstein, and he died at the roast of Lucy and Desi. And he did, I guess he was up on stage and he was whatever, just killing. And there's audio of it. And then after he gets done, he drops dead of a heart attack. And somebody, I think it was Tony Martin or whatever, someone yelled out in the crowd, is there a doctor in the house? And everyone starts laughing. No, he died there right on stage at a Lucy Desi roast.
Gina, our moderator, wants to know if that
That's
on air
neat.
that on air sign is a sticker.
No, it doesn't work all that well. It's just there. It's there for decoration at this point.
Yeah, batteries would help. Maybe
Super Dave.
plug it in. Maybe then it might work better. It might work as good as my smoke alarm.
We're opening. So this was just a character, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was doing the Evil Knievel stuff, but when something would go wrong.
Super Dave, are you almost ready for today's stunt?
Yes, John, I am.
John Biner, podcast guest of mine.
You had him on?
Oh yeah.
Is it going to be even more impressive than when you tried to mate with a blue whale?
Yes, absolutely. You know, I've been a stuntman all my life, and even though I take every precaution necessary, the thing that protects me most is my incredible sense of what's going on around me. Call it karma, call it vibes, call it ESP, call it what you will. The point is that I sense danger and react like a cat.
So how do you use that sense?
Just like ladies.
Well, as you know,
This is funny.
I
Sense
caught both
It
of
is.
my
danger when they hang
I
out
did
with
that stunt with
Chad,
my eyes
right?
open.
At the bar.
I've developed
That's
my
why they're,
sensitivity to a point now
other
where
guys
I
have to
feel
punch him in the
confident
face to protect
perform
them.
my stunt today with a blindfold. It's a very difficult stunt. I've never done it with
Now,
a
was he a
blindfold
comedian?
Yes,
He was a
he
writer
was
and
a
producer.
I
comedian.
hope everything will be
Back
work
in the
out
day.
fine. It's an extremely
Bob.
bright day today. As you can see, I'm squinting, but with the blindfold, that won't be a problem. So if you'll bear with
Yeah,
me
he
now,
has
I'll
quite
get
the
the
career
position.
if you look back all the way into the 60s.
I love
and
the
shit.
setup too,
Yeah.
All right,
because he
guys,
plays it so straight.
Old school.
prepare the blindfold.
I'd like to have one of those outfits.
Don't you wish
John,
you
what
could
they're doing
play
now-
straight, Tony?
That's a great Halloween costume.
You and
Pull it
Chad,
up a little
you
higher
both
if you
probably
can.
wish you could play
I'm
straight.
putting the blindfold
Pretend.
on, so I will not be able to see anything. Louis, if you'll pass
Imagine
your
what
hand
it's
Put it
like
around the
to be
helmet.
straight.
Okay,
play-
I can't see
playtime.
anything.
Bizarre
Okay,
was
you
a
have
good
my
show.
visor closed?
What's that?
Okay,
Bizarre
thanks,
was a good
guys.
show. Had its
All right, now
moments.
what I'm going
Good
to
Canadian
do, I'll
TV.
have to ask for quiet from the crowd. I appreciate that this many people showed up today for this event, but I'm going to have to ask for silence because the timing of what I'm doing now is very key. Now it's all between me and the man in the crane.
Obviously a
And
dummy.
Don't do anything
Yep.
until I say go. What they're going to try to do is crush me with an 11-ton metal. I'm okay. I had a problem. This is not an excuse. I don't make, Super Dave doesn't make excuses. But it wasn't the blindfold that did it.
Like
It's just
Mr.
that
Bill
what-
from Saturday Night
what I
Live.
arranged
It's
with the
funny a
guy
couple times, but
who was
after a
running the
while it gets
crane.
kind of old, right?
What I was supposed
Same
to do
thing
is
every
I was
time.
supposed to put my visor down, then lock into the wall, and then he wasn't supposed to move the ball until I said go. Wait, I didn't mean go.
It's corny, but it's great.
Yeah, it's fucking funny.
Or if you've seen him on with Norm, right? On Norm's show.
Same shit.
Look
yeah.
this up. Look this up. Norm, Super Dave, Time to Do the Jokes.
Let me look at. Let's go to
That's
his phone.
usually it's kind of like a party, or it's like what they say, party records back in the day with Red Fox, where they would all get together and, you know, the kids are in bed, you have a couple of cocktails, and he says, "You got to wash your ass." And that's what I would do with Norm and his show when he would just do all those stupid jokes.
You would wash his ass?
The one you ever seen the one with Swartzen on there?
I did.
He's talking about 9/11.
9/11 Airlines.
Yeah, I gotta pull that one up. Since I'm working with him this weekend.
He said something where it was like, Danny DeVito looks like a guy who has a short but fat penis.
No, I do like
It's
how
like, it's not much of a
Schwarzenegger
joke.
gets in trouble for getting too fucked up.
And Adam Egan.
And then the next
you like
the
Adam,
next
right?
guy he calls
Yeah,
up
he's
to
cool.
do shows
Adam-
with him
Adam's a
is
good guy.
who?
Yeah.
Chad Zuma.
He would give me spots.
Hey, you're a drunk. Let's
right
hang
before
out.
the paid
Let's
regulars
do a
on
show
Friends
together.
and Family every Monday, and he would give me.
Is he down in Austin now?
Yeah, he's booking. He books. Pretty much runs Rogan's room.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Is he still jerking off for $15 a man under the Queensboro Bridge?
Oh, we'll get to that one. This is funny.
Hey, for the 9th consecutive year, Nick, JetBlue Airline ranked first for satisfaction among all North American airlines. But you know what ranked least in satisfaction? 9/11 Airlines. What a terrible name for an airline. It reminds me of
Norm's
9/11.
West.
Yeah, Don't laugh at 9/11 again. I tried to tell him not to laugh. I know. I walked through blood and bones in the streets of Manhattan trying to find my brother.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was in northern Canada.
That was, and you know the funny part about the Super Dave one is that Bob Einstein plays along so well with him to pretend he's offended by what Norm was saying.
Really?
When Norm does some gold-plated chains would make a nice retirement gift for a very, very good slave, and he does "Are you serious? Are you? You can't say that."
All right, let's watch a little bit of it.
Check Your Brain podcast.
Check Your Brain, everybody. And
that's right.
Patreon.com/sit-down-Zumach. Get yourself a membership if you want to watch all the cool shit for the members. I'm a fat piece of shit. I'm gonna die from diabetes in my 50s.
I miss Norm.
He's the best.
But there's enough stuff out there.
Yeah, it's almost like Brody. They have so much shit out there that you just go back and watch.
Or Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert for that matter.
Hot take.
The section where we do jokes.
Is that what a hot take is? Norm Macdonald was funny. There's a lot of stuff out there on him. Did you guys know that? Spitting facts, everybody.
Do you understand that we're on the air? Yeah.
Jesus criminy.
What about this? Go ahead.
All right, we'll watch it some other time.
Can you play one more thing for me?
What?
Just to humor me. Marty Funkhauser tells a joke.
Marty Funkhauser tells.
With Jerry Seinfeld. I know basically everybody's like, oh, this clip
Marty
again. But it's still one of the funniest things because of the payoff.
Hauser.
This was an episode of Curb, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me pull it up. Let's go to the phones.
Yep. Let's watch. Let's watch Curb.
Jerry Marty Funkhauser.
Hey, Marty, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
Want to hear a joke?
Oh, no,
he doesn't want to hear a joke. We have a read through.
Yeah, we
Let
got
me just get right through it.
Okay.
A woman's very afraid of the size of her opening.
What is she afraid of?
The size of her opening. So she goes to her mother. She says, what am I going to do? I'm so big down there. When I marry Harry, he's going to divorce me. Her mother says, don't worry, sweetheart. It runs in the family. Do what I did when I married your father. Go to the market, get some raw liver, put it in there. He'll never know the difference.
Oh, my God.
So she does. They have 8 hours of sex after their marriage. She wakes up at 10 o'clock. He's gone, but there's a note on her pillow. It says, my darling Harriet, to think that I waited a year to consummate our love relationship makes my heart beat so loud I'm surprised it didn't wake you up. The only reason I'm not here now, darling, is I'm at work to make enough money to buy you a house, a picket fence, we'll have dogs.
Look at Larry David.
This is not so bad.
Oh, yeah, this is great. Will you finish the fucking joke already?
When the 5 o'clock dinner bell rings, I will be home like the winged gossamer of your love in your arms, your loving husband, Harry.
That's nice.
P.S. Your cunt is in the sink.
Okay, you told your joke. Let's go.
How good is that?
It surprised me.
That's
It
great.
surprised me. I had
It
no
is a
idea
great
it would be
joke.
that revolting.
Whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, please hold the work. Let's take our places
It's
for the
again,
table
it's
read.
one of the
Okay, this is
Comedians
dumbest
podcast.
jokes.
Let's
but
watch.
it's the
old
payoff and
Norm
watching Jerry's
clips,
natural reaction. I think there
Curb.
may have been a cut, but they filmed the natural
Let's
reaction.
watch some
to that.
Godfrey
It's
now.
just hilarious. I
Gilbert
miss Bob.
Godfrey, that
Bob's
is.
been dead
Not,
for 10 years, or 5
not
years
the
now.
other one.
But yeah, no, it was loved Super Dave.
He lives on through YouTube. Snoo Kerman has been a member.
So where do we
for
at
6
here? Where are we
months.
at here?
That's awesome.
We're 50 minutes in. He's probably
I
about to
appreciate
end
it,
up
Snoo.
quitting here.
Hey, didn't Kevin Brennan used to write
I
with
mean,
Norm?
you guys only do like
Yeah, it was on the
45 to an hour, right?
Norm's sports show.
Sports show with Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
Very good
I do too.
stuff.
It was-
Very good stuff.
You know, it didn't last long. They-
Come
they
back
couldn't
next
find
week
the
and we'll watch
platform.
video clips of something
They
else
couldn't
because
find
we had
anything
nothing
that
planned.
was
So we'll
fitting
just
Norm
watch
at that point.
Bob
He wasn't
Einstein
really a sitcom
clips.
guy. His sitcom was kind of funny, actually. I go back and watch it, and some of the movies,
When is
but
the
it just
podcast
wasn't for
ended?
mainstream audiences. But everyone knows he's funny and talented.
Yeah. Did you ever see Norm's joke that Kevin wrote?
No, I don't know about this one.
You
Hold on, let me see
remember?
if I
Do
got
you
it.
guys remember?
Are you on Kevin's show
This is
today?
the Memberberry
I might.
podcast, folks, with the
Stevie Lou, it's Mike
Mudshark.
Bichetti. How's Mike Bichetti doing?
Mike Bichetti is hilarious.
Mike Bichetti is hilarious,
funny.
and
Like,
he'll be
fuck
on
Jeff
BYB
I
on
love that
Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern.
He
You better
hates
be
Jeff
there,
Garland.
or
It
be
makes me laugh
square,
so
or be
much.
gay
And then
like
the Super
Chad.
Chatters pretend like they're Jeff Garland, and it's just fucking great.
It's
And I think
Perry-
I
it's
think
like
he's
Perry
on
Caravello
Ray's show
type of
tomorrow
stuff.
night.
Yeah, it's my favorite thing is he thinks we're going on Joe Rogan, all of us. Like we're all gonna go and we're gonna do a weekend at Joe's club. But it's so fun. And he
Yeah, can you imagine?
he just runs with
Joe
it.
Rogan
Holy
having
shit.
Tell Mike to
Chad
come on my
Zumock
podcast. He blew me off.
Not gonna happen. And
Oh, really?
not gonna happen.
Really, he's an important guy. He's got stuff going on.
I know. I get blown off by him, and I'm not, there's other people.
Everyone's blowing you off.
That's right.
That's unbelievable.
Can
So
you find- what's the joke?
I can't find it. I was
Okay.
I was stalling, but I for some reason I can't find it. It was a joke about Kobe. Let me see if I can find it because it was pretty funny.
You're stalling?
Is it the one
Like,
that Ari
Joseph?
Shaffir put-
No. I remember seeing Ari the very next day because I was in New York and we're down at the cellar and we're like, oh, and he's trending all over Twitter. Everybody wants him dead. And he comes downstairs and we're at the Village
Well, let's
Underground.
be honest. There's only
And we're like,
certain
"Dude,
kind
what's
of
up?" I
people
was
that
with
wanted
Florentine
him
and somebody
dead.
else. He's like, nothing. What? I go, you're trending? People want to kill you? He's like, it's fine. It's fine.
I think he's coming to Cleveland, but I think it's on Easter Sunday, and it's like, what would I rather be, celebrating Easter, the resurrection of Christ, with my family, or go see Ari Shaffir, a recovering Jew?
Get this through your head, you Jew
That's
motherfucker, you!
hilarious. I found the joke.
All right.
This was written by Kevin Brennan. He was the author of this joke.
The Los Angeles Lakers have chosen Mike Brown as their new head coach. Brown said his first meeting with star player Kobe Bryant went well. But that's also what you-know-who thought when she first met Kobe at a Colorado hotel.
That's a good Norm joke.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gay!
That girl in the hotel, she took it in the rear.
That's
Good
surprising.
joke, Kevin. Kevin, the joke man, Brennan.
Oh my
I like how
God.
Kevin's become the ringleader, like what Howard Stern ended up with all the whack pack. That Kevin is now the straight man of his own show.
So you
Yeah,
admit
it's
it
kinda
yourself
odd.
that
It's kinda
Chad is the
odd.
whack
Because
pack.
we all went to Kevin's show because he
part
was
of the whack pack, huh?
He was kind of like the Jerry Lewis.
Tony
and you had to
Mazur
have
just
Lenny
said it.
Marcus to go like, all right, Kevin.
He
let's
just said
calm
the
down
quiet
or
part
whatever."
out loud,
and
folks.
instead, it's
He
it's
just
now
called
Kevin,
Chad
who's
Zumock
the
a
straight
whack
man of
packer.
everybody else,
You
whether
heard
it's
it.
you and Ray and Bichetti and Stevie Lou.
You're
and,
naming the whack pack.
Pat
I like
Dixon
it.
and everybody else on the show.
Very good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because like pretty much every guest he has on, like I don't like. I like Bichetti. That's about it.
Yeah, you
like-
see him as competition,
yeah,
and they're all better than
Bobo
you.
and
So
Bichetti,
yeah,
so
I
I
would
like that.
I would imagine
Yeah,
you do.
so I don't
You're
know.
like
Bobo.
the
What's
alpha
Bobo
girl
doing?
that doesn't
I
like to
know.
Getting ready
fucking
for Mets
share.
Getting ready for
It's
Mets
got to
season.
be all about
No, that's
you.
the thing. Going
or
back to
else
Kobe, it's
you
amazing
start
how
getting worried
everyone
you're going to lose your job.
pretty much forgot about that big rape scandal. Like they just totally forgot about it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he's an icon. He's a girl dad.
Well, it's like Michael Jackson. It's the whole Michael Jackson thing where from 1993 until he died, it was wacko jackos in the news, and he's dangling his kids outside the balcony, and he's doing wacko jacko in the news again for something, and then he dies, and it's like, yeah, we forgot about the whole rape thing and the
Did we, though?
pedophilia stuff.
Did
Now,
we,
your
though?
honest opinion. Let's put on our tinfoil hats. Do you believe Michael Jackson was a pedophile?
I believe so. Isn't that the Otto and George joke where he says that he's like, yeah, I think he did. The Otto and George joke was, yeah, I think he did it. Some of those kids were so young after they sucked his cock, he had to burp them.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Another one that's gone.
Oh, God. What? Yeah, we lost Norm. We have lost Gilbert, Otto, and George.
You're
Yet,
gone.
We lost
Existed.
Screech.
But we still have Matt Rife.
We have Matt. Do you believe the Matt Rife stuff?
I don't know Matt. I've never met him, but the fact that he got that plastic surgery done in his 20s shows you that he really wants to make it in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very odd he blew up the way he did. Like, it's so quickly. Like, he's playing arenas. He signed like this huge contract with Live Nation. I'm just saying, I don't know it, but you know, I lived in Hollywood. I saw weird shit. It's a weird place, and a lot of people get a lot of favors.
Whoa, what weird stuff
things.
did you see?
I heard he answered a penny saver back in 1992, and he had to jerk off a guy named Randy Callahan.
Yeah, my
more Windy City Heat references.
Yeah.
Does anyone doubt that Chad Zumock
again? I don't know the guy,
take
but
dicks in his mouth and ass to
it
make it in Hollywood? You know? I have a feeling
like,
he's
there's exactly that kind of guy. I mean, there's a couple. Like, I don't want to put it out there.
He already likes
sure. I don't want to get sued. But there's
black
a couple
guys
dudes
in the
that,
sauna,
like,
so
something happened. You know, I heard through. You know, we'll talk about that on Patreon.
Ooh, yes, we'll do that behind the paywall.
Ooh, what a tease!
People fired from their jobs. It's going on 2 years since I've been.
Yeah, I paid money to see that.
2 years since you've been out of radio?
Yep.
Oh wow, you missed it.
April 2022, and here I am in mid-March. It's 3/11 day.
Do you miss it?
Not one bit.
Yeah,
3/11. Not one bit. I couldn't care less. In fact, when I saw Gino when we did our show in Atlantic City, I actually said thank you. It's a real blessing that I'm working a normal job. I can podcast whenever I want to, and I don't have to deal with the bullshit of working.
Thank you, Gino, for getting me fired.
Honestly,
I appreciate it so much. It's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Day. Is that like a thing?
Yeah, that's because it's March 11th, and it's actually the 4-year anniversary when Tom Hanks got COVID when I was out in LA.
Oh, that was awful.
That was a wonderful day. That's why you should go check out my podcast. It's called 1461 Days to Flatten the Curve.
The anniversary of the day that Tom Hanks got COVID? What?
And stuff, and where we are today because the CDC.
I guess it's no worse than keeping track of the anniversry of Cumbia Country with Chad Zumock.
But no, the
Same
band
shit.
311 usually does a show today, and which I like 311. I've seen them a number of times, but you like them?
No, I don't at all.
You don't like Sublime or 311 or some of those acts?
No.
What about like Rancid or Bad Religion and The Offspring?
Like 311, like that front man is like a Beastie Boy wannabe, and I was such a diehard Beastie Boys. I thought they were just posers.
Nick Hexum, I met him at
because the Beastie Boys are so hardcore, right?
Ranch,
Jesus Christ!
Back in the day, back in 2005, when I was way too young to be in a nightclub.
Wannabes.
What was he doing at Tequila Ranch?
Like you're a wannabe comedian, right, Chad? Like
Papa
that?
Roach and Unwritten Law.
Fuck that!
Play something louder.
What a horrible fucking hang. What a terrible concert.
My favorite rap is
no, not at all.
You didn't want to hear Creatures for a While or Amber is the Color of Your Energy?
No.
Little white guy reggae from Omaha, Nebraska?
I'm good. Anyways, listen, Tony, we're up against it. Let's get those plugs going.
That we are. Yes, I'm looking forward to
butt plug
podcast this week. Go check out. Go check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/Tony Mazer. And 2 weeks from today, I'll be down in. I probably won't be able to do next week.
On your
and then the
knees
week
in
after
Florida, huh?
Which you know what? We should do a Mondays with Mazer, but pre-record it at the Swardson show down at Dania Beach because I'm going to be right down the street from you.
Okay, what day are you going to be there?
We're flying in Sunday morning, and I see you guys are doing a 7:00 show there.
Yeah,
when is the podcast ended?
I'd love to meet Nick. I'd love to do an edible with him.
Yeah, I could probably make that happen.
You guys could go do a walk and waddle with
yeah. All right,
Joey
the next
C.
guy, if
Have a
you
real
want
good
the next
time.
guy to sign up to Patreon, I'll send you a Zumock Mania shirt via mail. Ground.
Neat. That's neat.
Next guy to sign up, it's yours. DM me, and we'll take care of you. So go sign up right now.
Oh,
I
get the trick. You're just trying to get guys to slide into your DMs, aren't you, Chad?
That's going well. We do appreciate it, whether you like us or not. We love the attention. We will see you next Monday. Well, actually, we won't. We're gonna do a pre-record, right? Can we do a pre-record?
2 weeks from now, because we're basically on a monthlies with Mazer at this point.
maybe we can do one and just air it on Monday.
Yeah, we could do that. We could pre-record it, and we just won't get super chats.
Yeah, it's not a super chat heavy show anyway. So for Tony Mazer, everybody, I'm the Z-Man, Mudshark. Bye-bye. Maybe see you at 4.
I don't know. What do you guys think? What's the chance he does a waddle and talk today? A waddle and talk. Let's see. Let's go back. Ooh, oh, that's probably why nobody's fucking here. Jesus. Is somebody sniping? I'm not the only one sniping. It's also the onion. Damn, no wonder. All right, let's see. Sometimes Zumok will try to trick us. He'll try to pretend like he's not doing anything. Right. All right. Nope. Not happening. So maybe we'll just leave it on this for a moment. Oh, look at that. Somebody else has stream sniped before, right? I don't know. We could just hang out and see if he tries to go live again. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just leave this up. I can cut it out later. We'll just leave it like this. All right, folks. If you're not over there on the Sniper Network, you must go over there now and sign up. Come on. Come on, you cowards. Go sign up.